Did you know that wasn't me?
You too. So, Grandma, what did you think of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, which, as the subtitle would indicate, is a film in the Star Wars universe? It is not, however, part of the main sort of Luke Skywalker Star Wars story that we are familiar with, but it does fit in as a sort of a prequel to the first film that we saw with Luke Skywalker and such, which was actually the fourth film in the series, which is it's hard, it's getting complicated.
But, it is complicated.
But it is all about how a group of the rebels find the plans to the Death Star that Princess Leia uses in that Star Wars movie. The Star Wars movie is called Star Wars, to destroy the Death Star. So they again have to find out that the plans exist, and then they have to find where the plans are, and then they have to try to get the plans. So that is basically the story. It sort of centers on, however, the character it centers on is played by Felicity Jones. She is the daughter of the man who actually builds the Death Star, or designs the Death Star.
He's the engineer and the scientist that creates it.
Yes. And so she sort of is, again, leading these rebels who are trying to destroy the Death Star. So what did you think of the film?
Well, it was fascinating. We saw it in IMAX, which I heartily recommend for a film like this. I mean, there's so much of the spaceships and it says a long, long time ago, but to me it's all future kinds of things, all those spaceships and the weapons and so forth. The relationship between our leading lady and the other members of her team that help her in her mission, I thought they did that really, really well. The actors were kind of special, The Force was with them, and they
I should hope so.
And they depended on that, the Force being with them at several junctures in the movie. But what can you say about the special effects of a Star Wars movie? I mean, it's just mind-blowing to me that they can do this. And
what did you think of the story?
I thought the story was very interesting. They show how our leading character, is not involved in the resistance. She wasn't part of the rebel movement, and how she got into, the mission against the Imperial forces. Is that what they're called?
Right.
I thought the story was very interesting, and it kept my interest all the way to the end, which I'm not supposed to tell about. What did you think there, sir?
Well, I thought it was quite good as well. I can be critical of a few things. Again, it not being part of the main series, again, with familiar characters, familiar situations, that sort of thing. All the exposition and such at the beginning was a lot to cut through. I mean, they introduced like 6 or 7 different planets right at the beginning, and they would have to show you a title underneath it to tell you what planet you're on now.
Right.
And again, you're at different bases, and different people were in different places, and again, it's a bit sort of all to take in at the beginning, for again just one film. A lot of that sort of stuff in the main Star Wars series was taken over a lot of films, not just one. So again, that was a bit of a lot to take through. Another thing that I think is the best part of the Star Wars films is really, again, the relationships and the characters. And again, that as well was something that was developed over several films. It didn't all come together in the very first film. I didn't think. And so again, the fact that they again had to sort of do that in this film.
Who is this person? And who is
yeah,
that
and that was
How
again
they fit in the
that
team.
was difficult. I mean, I think it all worked all right, but again, it wasn't as perhaps good as it might have been. The main quality of the film was again them showing and creating this world, and again they made it so real, and all of the sort of
And you believed it.
and all of the sort of internal logic that they had to have for the whole thing, and it just worked really well. You can see they put a lot of thought into that part of the film, and again that really worked.
It has to be believable.
So I would definitely recommend it. What would you think?
I would, yes.
You
I
would?
thought it was very enjoyable. I would, 2 thumbs up.
Two thumbs up.
Yes. I recommend it, yes.
Well, good. Now we are happy to be joined today by granddaughters Amy and Megan, who did not go to Rogue One, a Star Wars story, but went instead to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And they're about to give us a special bonus review of what they thought of that. So who wants to go first?
I will go first.
What'd you think?
My name's Megan, and I thought that it was alright, but Amy had some fair points that she said about it.
Okay, so
Okay.
Let me just say what I have to say.
Okay.
I liked all the little creatures and stuff. They're really cute, and I agree with what Amy has to say about the dark force and stuff.
Okay.
Dark force.
So Amy, what were your points that you wanted to?
well, coming from a Harry Potter fan, I didn't think it was Harry Pottery enough for me. I know that it's in the same universe and it isn't the same story, but I was expecting a little more references. Like every now and then there was the Deathly Hallows necklace and a few other things. There was Grindelwald, which I don't know much about, but I know he's a part of the story. So those are some connections, but not as many as I hoped would be there. And I didn't really like the characters. It just wasn't the same. This is very subjective, my opinions right now, obviously.
Right.
But I didn't like how it was set in America.
Oh, you did?
No, I just wanted to be in Britain, England, Scotland, because it's not the same.
Do you think that if it became a series, that might get better?
What? They need to go back to Scotland.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
And so if the series is set in America, it wouldn't be good?
It's just not the same with those American accents.
Well, let's get down to it then. See, Amy, would you recommend it? Anybody see it?
You can see it if you want to. It's not as good as I expected it to be.
Okay. What about you, Megan? Would you recommend people see it?
I would. I'm like iffy about it. Like it was okay, but it didn't live up to the expectations that we had.
But the creatures were cute.
They were cute.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
Okay. Well, thank you for your reviews, girls. We appreciate it.